Hello, this is Oded Hadas from Tracepan Communications, and today is a video in our series of troubleshooting videos, um, and it will concentrate on Rogue ONU. If you haven't watched our introduction video, which explains the concept of troubleshooting, we recommend that you watch this first because it's a good background for our troubleshooting videos. So let's go ahead. Today we'll be talking about the Rogue ONU, and let's first understand what a Rogue ONU is, what characterizes it. So to understand this, we need to go back to the basics of GPON or PON transmission in general. The way it works is that for the upstream transmission, the OLT assigns time slots, which are called bandwidth maps or BW maps, for every ONU to transmit its upstream transmissions. And this is to ensure collision-free transmission because the fiber from the OLT to the splitter is a shared media, and to ensure that each ONU transmits in its own time slot and doesn't collide with the others, you need these time slot allocations. This is called TDMA. Now, when everything behaves as expected, every ONU will have a time slot to transmit. It will transmit and then stop, and then another ONU will transmit. So you get collision-free transmissions. Now, what happens if an ONU does not obey these bandwidth map allocations and transmits in other time slots? And this is what a rogue ONU is. If you take this ONU number 4 here, it transmits in time slots which it was not assigned to transmit in and collides with transmissions of other ONUs, making all of them corrupted. So even though it's just one ONU connected to the PON, it corrupts the transmissions and affects the services of many different customers on the PON. Typically, it will be all the customers on the PON. All the customers will have occasional or constant interruptions. They will complain. And one of the challenges here is to understand that this is not the equipment at this customer's home, but something else on the PON, which is causing the problem. So the concept we present today is based on a troubleshooting tool that Tracepan has. It's called the GPON tracer. This is something that connects passively on the PON. And as you can see, whenever you have invalid upstream transmissions, meaning transmissions coming in unexpected time slots, you'll have this indication here of invalid upstream. So just by looking at this, you know that you have a rogue on your PON, and this means if a customer is complaining, very likely this is the cause. Okay, so you need to look in this direction. Then there's a diagnosis screen showing you indications about problems. Typically, what you'll see is that you have a suspected rogue, and all other ONUs will be deactivated, reactivated, bouncing, and so on, because the OLT is trying to deactivate the ONU that's causing the problem. Very often it has a problem identifying which one it is. Now, sometimes you'll have this indication exactly like shown here. The ONU with its serial number and the ID it has on a PON. In some cases, this ONU, due to its behavior, doesn't even register, doesn't even get an ID from the OLT. In this case, it will not be identified as a specific ONU. You just get an indication you have a rogue ONU on your PON. But then you can work by elimination, because you know, for example, you have 32 connected, you're only seeing 31, and you have an indication of a rogue. You know that the missing one is very likely the rogue one. Another tool that can significantly help you with this is the upstream transmission analysis or upstream analysis. This shows you in a graphical format the expected transmissions, in other words, the BW maps assigned by the OLT, side by side with the actual transmissions. And when everything is okay, they will be aligned and green, as you can see in this example here. If you select one of these bars, you'll see which ONU it represents. And here we have two examples of problems. One is a missing transmission, which means the ONT assigned a BW map, expects transmission, but it doesn't get this transmission, so it's missing. What we're seeing here in this red bar is actually what a rogue ONU typically is. It may be both of them, because the OLT assigns a time slot. You do not get the transmission in the expected time slot. You do get it in an unexpected, as an undefined transmission, which is out of band. Okay, so typically this is what a rogue ONU will look like, and very often these graphs can help you isolate, or first of all identify that you have a rogue, and then isolate which one it is. Now, once you've identified an ONU and you suspect that it's rogue, you also have an option to disconnect it from the PON and connect it to this test tool, the GPON tracer, and run a standalone test. This is a basic test that assigns it BW maps and tests how it responds. Rogue ONU will usually fail this test. So this is what it looks like when an ONU is a good one. Everything, you have several steps, everything is green. But if you have a rogue one, at least as a minimum, you'll have upstream from unassigned time slots, and the test will fail. Okay, so the step is identify the rogue, and then before, let's say, you replace it or send it for repair, you can make another test to verify that this is indeed a faulty unit. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. You can find a lot more information about Rogue ONUs and other PON-related issues in our website. We have a number of webinars which you can watch in tracepan.com category webinars. You can learn more about our company in tracepan.com or contact us at info@tracepan.com. If you liked our video, give us a like, and you're welcome to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again.